welcome back to another episode of Fore podcast with your host Tease and Don Julio. Again, just want to say thanks for all your guys' support on watching the podcast on YouTube. We're over 200 subscribers. We're at like 229 now, which is pretty crazy with how much it's jumped over the last week or so. TikTok obviously is thriving, and the main reason why we do this is just from the podcast, just to talk golf, two dads, enjoy golf, the golf world, sports. Yep. Just another outlet. And, we do appreciate that. And jumping right into it, the golf league is starting, I believe in January. Right. And Julio had been doing some digging on the format and more information on that. I mean, what did you see when you were looking more into that?
So it's a pretty interesting format. It looks like it's, let's see here. I gotta re-up on it, but it looks like it will. Oh my god, I can't find the article. So it looks like it's. Yeah, I can't find the article where I was looking at it. Sorry about that.
All right, well, while you're looking, I do have a couple screenshots, and what I see is there's going to be potentially 3 sessions, where there's session 1, which is 9 hole of triples, 3 versus 3 alternate shot, and then you're going to have session 2, which is 6 holes of singles, rotating head-to-head competition with each other playing 2 holes during each session, and then there's an overtime tiebreaker, which is 3 on 3 closest to the pin competition until a team successfully hits 2 shots closer to the team than their competitors. Meaning, if me and you were on a team and we were playing another set of 2 guys, I had the closest shot, which probably would not ever happen if I was going with you. But if I had the closest shot and then the other team had the second closest shot, you would have to have the 2 closest to the pin. But the craziest thing that I thought, and kind of dumb, kind of more European soccer-ish, was the point system. I don't know if you're able to take a look at the point system there, but again, another little screenshot. It says regular system, point system. You win in regulation, 2 points. You win in overtime, 2 points. But if you lose in overtime, you get 1 point. Not even like a tie or anything, but obviously a loss in regulation, you get no points. But the fact that you get points from an overtime loss is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I totally lost my train of thought here. I lost that article, so now I'm like, oh wait, what was it again? But that's an interesting layout. But here's my question: why is this being publicized more compared to all the backlash with Live?
The media.
Why is this league okay, but because the other one is Saudi based and the rules are different, the format's different, they only play 3 days, it's a team based events as well, that's okay.
Is this one Saudi based as well, or no?
No, this is all Tiger and Rory only.
Okay, so how funny would that be if you find out down the road, a year later, oh yeah, Tiger got this money from Saudi in order to put this together, and everyone's like, no, it's just gonna blow.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm just curious as to I mean, you're bringing another type of format to golf, right? You're taking more attention away from the PGA. You're taking more players out, right? To not play in Thursday to Sunday events. What's the big kicker here? What's the big difference, right? I mean, everyone had a problem with Live. How are these guys? Is it just because the PGA has a say in it potentially? Is it because
that's got to be
whatever?
Yeah, that's got to be. I mean,
just because it's Tiger and Rory who are the PGA's golden boys.
A combination, definitely a combination. More so that it's Tiger and Rory, in my opinion. But did you hear about the setup that it's going to be? It's not just me and you going to a TrackMan center like we did before, and we're just going up and hitting shots like that off of turf. Did you hear that they're actually going to be hitting off of real grass, and they're going to have real sand, and the actual setup? Let's just say you have a 10-foot high by 20-foot wide kind of setup, 10-foot high screen, and then a 20-foot wide, where you would swing and things like that. Apparently, this is going to be 6 to 8 times that size, a 64 by 64 gigantic screen with just like the only thing I think is going to be turf, from what I heard, is putting. He's going to be putting on like some kind of a putting surface. It's going to be really interesting to see how they do it. Obviously, I'm intrigued. I want to see how it ends up. But just hearing of like, they're basically, like you said, they're going to be playing at a what was it, like a football stadium or football arena?
No.
Right?
So it's the SoFi Center in Palm Springs, I think. I don't know.
Oh, SoFi
I'm not
Center,
sure.
not SoFi Stadium.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
No.
Okay. I mean, I think it'll be really intriguing to see what it is. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just weird. You know, like, it'd be cool if they had people that like were trying to build their name and stuff and their brand to do it, because it's a new thing with people that you're not knowing too well, but it's still intriguing. But now that if you have like Tiger Woods and Rory, who have like dominated and done very, very well in the PGA Tour, to do this on the side, it definitely seems kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, does that mean more golf throughout the week? Like, does that mean that there's going to be golf on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for these events?
Not for John Rahm. You hear that he backed out?
I
You
didn't
hear? Apparently, I don't know if he was on a team already, but whatever the golf league was on, there was a website and they wiped all of his stuff off. And he said that great opportunity, but he's not going to do it. And people are like, live, maybe live.
Why not? I mean, at
apparently
this point,
they upped their offer. Apparently.
I mean, at this point, why not? Right? Like, you're seeing all the other players benefit from it, so why can't you?
And PG hasn't done crap to everyone that's been loyal so far.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're still discussing whether or not, like, what to do. But I'm looking at the build of this. So basically, there's going to be a TGL Atlanta built. I guess it'll be near near the Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta United, and PGA Tour Superstore. There's going to be a TGL Boston, which will be led by Fenway Sports, so Boston Red Sox, Liverpool FC, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Then you have Los Angeles Golf Club will also be hosting. They have sponsors from Serena Williams and Venus, the Antetokounmpo brothers, Alex Morgan, Michelle Wee West, and then also it looks like they have Stephen A. Coven for TGL New York and Conan Private Ventures. So they have a lot, but from the looks of it, it literally looks like it's going to be like an indoor Top Golf. Like, you walk into kind of like a golfing Dave and Buster's.
Did you just imagine, dude? Just all it takes is one shank. All it takes is one shank into the crowd, man. Oh man, that would be hilarious. And you're gonna have great video of it happening.
Well, it looks like from the design that ESPN posted, like there's like one ginormous screen that everyone's going to be hitting to. So I don't know. I wouldn't expect a shank in an environment like that, but they're definitely pushing hard on the sponsors right now. It looks like freaking Fanletics is in here, or Fanetics is in here, The Athletic.
Yeah, Barstool. No, you're right. I'm seeing what you're seeing too.
You got all these. These big names coming in here. On a side note,
talking about Top Golf, remember how I mentioned, I don't know if it was offline or on one of our previous podcasts, but like that one of my next door neighbors, he was telling me that one of his entrepreneur buddies was like, I want to get on Top Golf here in Fresno, Madera area. You know, like there's not one. There's so many people out here. You can make so much money off of having one of those out. And he tried to look into about getting permitting. And apparently someone has already filed a permit for that. And apparently it's Bryson DeChambeau. Bryson DeChambeau is putting an under par life in Clovis. That is, as of right now, in the works. He went to Clovis East.
No, I know, but it's not associated with
it's not associated with Top Golf, correct? Yeah, so I guess technically you do that, but there's already someone else doing something basically similar. Apparently, there's going to be three or four different levels, 3 or 4 bars apparently, did you recall like a week or two ago when golf.com came out with like the under par life of Bryson DeChambeau, like the thing that he's doing in Texas, like that whole get up? Okay, so they came out with the whole thing where basically with Bryson DeChambeau's, I guess you would consider it a knockoff, even though it isn't a knockoff. It's just like another version of a Top Golf, right? His version of it, but it's called Under Par Life. And it's like, oh, it's going to be in Texas and, blah, blah, blah. And one of my sources that has an inside information with Bryson DeChambeau was saying that that's where he lives in Texas. That's not where he's doing the under par life. So this whole thing that thousands and millions of people have seen that are thinking that it's going to be going in Texas, they got the location completely wrong. It's going to be in Clovis. He's already done the paperwork. He's already getting it all situated. They're trying to find an area to do it. And it's just, he's living in Texas. That's why they thought that it's going to do it in Texas. So I was like, no way, that'd be freaking sweet. The only downside is if it does go to Clovis East, it's about 30 minutes for me, just because I'm so northwest Fresno that it's just the opposite direction. But it'd be really cool. And when I found that, I was like, no way. That's pretty cool. Because for whatever reason in the Bay Area, I think there's just one or two Top Golfs, like in San Jose.
One.
Like how?
Yeah.
They don't have like a monopoly. Like how is there only just one? Is it just the space?
It's expensive, man. I mean, where would you put it in the city?
Well, dude, they have it in New York City somehow, and obviously there's a crap load of money in the Bay Area. So if you can find an area,
but there's a lot of protected land up here in the Bay. So like they recently just closed like the Daly. I think it was like a golf range in Daly City. There's a potential you could see one there. It's like directly across from SFO.
Okay,
it could go there, but again, you're talking that's a lot of money for that real estate right there because it's right in front of the airport, which means it's accessible for those that are staying at the
just to buy it, whether it's going to be like a hotel or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's accessible for those that are staying at the Fairmount right there. You have all the hotels plus like San Mateo, Poplar Creek. They just built, excuse me, they just built a range that took them almost 4 to 5 years now.
Wow.
To get that going, pre-2020. So now you're creating a competition, right? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But now you're creating a competition, right? So the city already granted San Mateo a range for them to have more people fill up the tee sheets. But now you're talking about, sorry, dude, having a cough attack here.
We lost Julio. We're losing him.
Now you're talking, yeah. But now you're talking about taking people across 380 to go over to the other spot. I mean, that's, I don't know. It might be conflicting between Daly City and San Mateo.
No, that makes sense.
I heard this weird rule that there's like each city. I heard this from a buddy of mine who does like city contracting up here in Sonoma, and he was saying that each city needs to have like a golf course, I think 5 or 10 miles like within each other, something like that. Something crazy. So I don't know, it might be conflicting with the two cities and how much money they're taking. I don't know.
Interesting. That's crazy. I mean, like I told you, I think was it last week or the week before about Fig Garden, how they're thinking about potentially bringing that one back if Airways gets shut down.
That's where it was. That you were the one that told me about that. Sorry, but I do have a friend.
That's me. That was me.
But I looked into that too, and it's the same thing up here in the city, which is why like when you go to Presidio, you have Presidio. Then a few miles down, you have TPC Harding, but then you have all the other courses. You have San Francisco clubs. You have Olympic, which has 2 courses. Then you have what is it? Green Hills, which is right there, right? They're all like within the city, so that's why there's only 2 public courses that are available to play, including Lincoln as well. Dang. But
imagine being an environmentalist. I'm sure they do not like that 5 to 10 mile an hour rule. mile rule where it's like, come on, guys, golf is so bad for the environment. All the water, come on, this is terrible.
Yeah. Or can you just imagine the different types of grass? Like everything needs to be poena by the ocean. Well, then you have like a ryegrass growing more internal or more inner city. That's crazy.
Jeez, man.
But
Did you No, go for it. Go for it.
I was gonna say that'd be interesting to see under par. I think Top Golf is dope, but the thing is like they're all the same. I mean, even when Eastus and I went to Vegas, it's like the same. The only difference about the Vegas one is it has this massive pool, so you can go to like pool parties and stuff.
Ooh.
You know, but the one in Arizona, same type of build.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have to do something to switch it up to basically make it seem like it's more. I mean, some people get memberships so they can come out and practice. Like, why not put like a practice short game area, right? Why not?
Right? Yeah, that'd be dope.
Just make. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could do it all from the thing, but like, I remember 2020. I mean, Topgolf was like they were doing competitions. They would bring in players like college players or even Topgolf ambassadors to come in and play these little mini games. They were streaming it on like Topgolf Media, like all this different stuff. And then that was when Callaway came in, bought all their stuff, right? Then Callaway's now like the provider for clubs, merchandise, balls,
Yeah, then
all this
freaking
stuff.
Mike Trout comes in, smashes a drive over the freaking over the net. Everyone's like, "Oh, Topgolf! Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, Bellinger does the same thing too.
Yep.
Cody,
right? I mean, and you have idiots that come on up there and just bring their Pro V1 golf balls and actually try to smash it over. Because I think I've never been to a Topgolf because again, there's so few of them. I think just the one in San Mateo is the closest one to me. And I'm not going all the way over there for that. And even when I went up to the Bay Area for work and we played together, that was probably like an hour out of the way. So it was something completely inconvenient to just go to, as fun it would be. But I've heard that the balls are completely like the opposite of juice. Whatever the opposite of juice is.
Flighted. They're flighted balls. Like there's literally like a piece in there that like dampers how far it's going to go. So like if you're hitting a ball to the back of the net, like you're really piecing it up solid.
Right. Oh man, that's crazy. But did you hear at all about the two PGA Tour players, the two players within the PGA Tour that got suspended for gambling? Like,
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I did hear about it, but I don't know. Like, what kind of message are you trying to send? Being that like the PGA has all of these different partnerships with like Better, FanDuel's, all these different gambling engines. Like, you're telling me you expect players not to go and bet on other players within the field? Not like they're fixing the game, like if they suck, they suck, but
right.
Again, I just think that I don't know. I mean, you hear stories like, I mean, literally they did an article about how much money Phil has lost in gambling. You're telling me that he didn't once bet on the PGA event that he was playing in?
I mean, I think it's just crazy that one, in my opinion, it should be, and this is probably going to be very not controversial, but like anyone that's playing in a sport could not bet on their sport, in my opinion, unless, and this is a big unless because I don't even know how you can regulate this, but if you're able to make sure that if they do bet, they have to bet on themselves doing good. Which I don't know how you do that or how you regulate that. It's kind of like a mud in the water. It's a really gray area. It's hard to really crack down on that. But I mean, otherwise, it's just like you can easily have people throwing things, just to get on the opposite side, especially with golf being one of the most difficult sports to make money on. I mean, I understand why you would, but these bets were, what was it? 4 total bets, all made in 2021, and 3 of them were on the Bryson versus Brooks 12-hole match, which wasn't even a PGA Tour event.
That doesn't make any sense. Like if that's how petty they're going to be about it, like then Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
At least take him out to dinner first.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's stupid. I feel like right now everyone's just picking on stuff to try and just I don't know, just to try and
Prove a
pick
point or
on
make a point,
somebody.
or yeah, it's
Yeah, to
stupid. It's
make a
like,
point for no reason.
imagine if it was Rory that got caught. Do you think that this would be
But see,
something that like they would think?
that's the thing. I guarantee you, Rory, Colin, John Moore, Morikawa, like all of these guys. I get, especially Homa. Like I feel like Homa and Brooksy, like they gotta throw bets. I mean,
Of course.
even if it's gambling within the match, like all these guys are aware. They could see their odds through Vegas. They could see their odds through FanDuel. Like why would they not throw money? I mean, we talked about it in a podcast not too long ago where that guy saw the bet that he would be the first one to cross the white tee box and he stopped. You're telling me that players
Yep.
don't know what their odds are? There's
Yeah,
no way.
but
It's
it's even that
public
like,
stuff.
yeah, it's like even we saw with Full Swing with Justin and uh oh man, Justin
Jordan.
Thomas and Jordan Spieth, like they're doing side bets just to make things interesting. And so, what is the difference in? Okay, so this is where I'm going with this. So, what's the difference of them betting there and them betting on an app? Well, in my opinion, the PGA Tour is not getting at that money, so
Yep.
it's okay. And I mean, you can do a lot. There's a lot of the stuff where it's illegal because someone's not getting a cut. And I'm going to bring this to video games. When I played, what was it, FIFA back in the day, they had a thing called Ultimate Team. And you basically would try to get the best soccer team, and you would buy packs with real money. You would buy packs, and they'd have their players in it, and you can do that as much as you wanted. But they had third-party websites that would literally, well, it's so hard to get coins, and it's so rare to actually pull a good player that's worth something that people just started creating websites that was okay. You know what? If you want 100,000 coins, instead of buying $200 worth of packs and hoping that you get that much worth, we just have a website where you get $20 and we'll give you 100,000 coins. And FIFA, after like 3 to 4 years, said, you know what? F that. That's against the rules because we're not getting any of the money. They didn't say that, but that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
We're not getting any of that money. So therefore, it's illegal because that's not fair to people who can't afford it. Well, you know what? Like, it honestly kind of ruined it for me because I was like, it's impossible to get good cards anyway. It's kind of like a legitimate, like pulling a Ken Griffey Jr. jersey card. Okay, what are the odds of that? Like super, super slim.
Super low.
Or like
Yeah.
winning the lottery, like same thing. Like it's so rare to do that. And there have been people that have literally have YouTube pages and they'll pull up like, I spent $500 and this is what I did. They get like 75,000 coins, and you're like, oh, we're like $500, and then within a year your team's going to be reset because the new game comes out. You got to do it again. Like it's so ridiculously dumb. But I feel like
You just
that's it.
expose
Like,
the system, bro. That's literally what it is. That's what all the gaming companies do. Same with like Modern Warfare. You buy all the
mm-hmm.
cool skins on Modern Warfare, then all of a sudden the game resets because you know there's another one coming. And
Yep.
this year apparently is the first year where they're rolling over your Modern Warfare 2 skins into Modern Warfare 3 because Modern Warfare 3 was just an add-on to Modern Warfare 2. So,
Interesting.
it
Yeah,
might
I
be.
mean, so
But
dumb. I
again,
mean, yeah.
back to what your statement is like, yeah, you're totally right. They're not making money, but when you get into these types of markets, like these players aren't dumb, dude. Like you can't restrict a player or anybody else from wanting to make extra money on the side. And
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing with players inside, like inside of their matches. I guarantee you
Yep.
everyone's got extra matches going on.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, um to penalize players for that, it just doesn't seem fair,
Yeah.
being that one, everyone is super aware of how much betting Phil Mickelson did. Everyone is aware of how much betting Tiger was doing on on the side. People were aware of how much betting like Greg Norman and what was that other guy's name, Jack Nicklaus. Like a lot of these guys were all doing this stuff
I mean,
on top.
it's part of golf in a way. You know,
It
it's so
is.
common whether you do it as a gentleman's thing where there's no money involved, you just do a gentleman's bet. Like
Yeah.
there is something that it's so common for people to do, and just not in golf, but in general in the sports world, man. Like I've never seen, and it'll only get more and more and more until everyone does it or every state allows in the United States. But like betting it's a way for the state to make money because anytime you win something, you got to pay off whatever your gains are at a certain limit. You know, like it's a way for you to lose your money, and it's a way to it's addicting, right? That's why they have like, oh, you know, if you have a gambling problem. It's always funny when you hear those commercials. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800. You just told me like to bet on all this stuff, and now you tell me, oh, if you have a gambling problem, just so you can cover your butt. But it's it's kind of funny because we can allow gambling, but here's where we draw the line. And it's like, what's
Yeah.
to say that they just didn't say, hey, go to your sister, go to your dad. Hey, can you put here's $500? I'll Venmo you. Can you put this down on this? Like, okay, well, what you gonna suspend them because you use a third party? Like, that's
Well,
what they should have been
that's
doing.
the well, but see, that's the problem. Like that's what they didn't take into consideration. That's ultimately what they want. They want you to go get mom and dad's money to place it
Mm-hmm.
because if it's
Yeah.
under mom and dad's name, whatever you're making, they have to then cover, right? So it that was the whole game. And the fact that it's moving over to digital now, like to
Mm-hmm.
where you can do it from your phone, you can do it on your
Mm-hmm.
computer, all this different stuff. It's like, where is that money actually going? Is it actually going to the preserve that may have, you know, their name on an MGM, you know, building? No,
Mm-hmm.
it's just going right into whoever pocket is running that operation, and then the money gets laundered, and then it gets flipped one more time and thrown back into the same thing. Right? It's all just cycling through. It's just it's a vicious drying cycle that just keeps
Yeah.
going
I
through,
mean,
pumping
and at
more
the end of
money
the
as we
day,
continue to
the
put more
house
money
always wins, right?
into these applications to fill our gambling void, basically.
Right. I mean, like at the end of the day, the house always wins, right? So,
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of funny on Friday, our community, our housing community or the development that we have out here, they
The
had a
HOA.
casino night. They had a casino night, which was kind of funny that we're talking about gambling. And you know, we're all given 1,000 in chips for free, you know, just for fun. And then it ended up being if you had anything left over, you got it transferred into tickets, and then you could put them into a raffle to win like some cool, you know, prizes and things like that. But it was just basically my wife and I were just playing blackjack the whole time, and she was just like going nickel and diming like $5 bets, $5 bets, and I'm like, it's not our money. Like if we lose it, it's not we're not wasting anything. Like, go big or go home. It's the one time you can go big or go home and not worry about it. I had a few bets that I was like 1,000. I legitimately had the first time I had $1,000 bet, which was my whole thing, but I had won enough already, so it wasn't all my money. But at 1,000, I was going for. I had a 20 and the dealer pulled a blackjack. And I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me, man. And I
Go
still
fuck
ended
you,
up,
man.
yeah, right. Chuck my chips at him. You could have these. I'm done. I legitimately had 3 blackjacks that night in an hour and a half. And I end up losing everything. And I mean, the house always wins because you either are doing so well, you think it's going to continually keep getting better and better, and then you lose it on one hand or on a few hands, and then it just gets bad, and you just go on a cold streak. And that's how
Bro,
it is.
I still remember going to Vegas for that work conference, and I hit a hot streak, dude. Like I could not lose. I was doubling down and splitting cards that like you never do. Like I remember even the dealer told me a few times, like, you're splitting tens. I'm like, I'm
Wait,
splitting
why would you
tens.
not split tens? You should split tens. You should.
They
You
just
should.
said
In
they
my
literally
opinion,
were
you should.
like,
I'm no dealer,
you have 20.
but
I'm
it
like,
sounds like
I
you were
want to
doing it.
split it. Let's go. You know, I was like,
You,
let's do this. And so I did it. And then I raised my bet, like put them down and just like 19, 21. As like, even the person was like, the lady, and you know, she was an Asian lady. She goes, "Oh, you very risky player."
ugh.
She goes, "Oh, you very risky player." She's like, "Why not go? Why not go? You know, higher table?" And I was like, "For what? For
Right?
the same amount that I'm winning off of you guys? Like,
Right?
you know?" And so, dude,
Man.
it was the first time I had ever gotten like, what was it? I had gotten six of the purple chips for the $500 for the $500 chips, and I was like sitting there like, dude, like, what do I do with this?
Give me a new Scotty on the way home.
Nah, dude, I literally, it was the day before I was coming home, and I literally called Isis, and I was like, I think I might have just got enough money to start the baby a college fund. She goes, yeah. And I sent her like the thing. I was like, look at all these fucking chips.
And then 5 minutes later, college fund.
So I was up quite a bit from what I originally, like a lot from what I had originally started with. And my rule is I only go with $100. $100. If I lose it, like, okay, no, I can afford to lose $100. But I was so far up. So I literally was like, I'm going to go 500. Like what you said, I went back that next day before my flight was leaving, had all my stuff packed, and I'm sitting down there, dude. 500 went away like that, and I was like, I'm done. They're like, no. They're like, you can keep going. I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm gonna go cash these out. Right? Yeah. It was cool because
go for it.
It was just cool watching them count it all up, and they're like, you're just seeing all these hundreds stack. And then they take the little strip, and put it on there, and then they, give you like a covered bag, so that way you can put it in your backpack or do whatever. Yeah. But then the thing that sucked was I was going home with so much money. I think the most you can carry is like, I think it was like $8,000 on a flight, something like that.
Around there.
I had more, and so when I get to the airport, they're like, "What's this money for?" I was like, "I just won it at the hotel." Mm-hmm. They're like, "Sir, you're gonna need to deposit some of that, and then we'll let you go with 8." And I was like, "Where is there an ATM that I can deposit all this? I can't do that." And they're like, "Well, there's a credit union bank outside." I'm like, "I'm not going all the way back outside to go do all this stuff. Like, I need to go." And they're like, "Okay." And they like let me go, but they had to like write something on the bag, but it was my carry-on, so I was like, the F?
They said the money is in his backpack in the top pocket. Make sure to go. He's going over to this. Follow this guy to the bathroom. If he goes, take him out. Dude, I remember the one main time I ever really gambled, it was like 2013, playing for the San Luis Obispo Blues, baseball, summer ball. There was a team in Vegas, and there was always a Vegas trip every single year. Yeah. And we went, and the whole team went out one night. It's like a Sunday night, and dude, I have like $20 or $20 or $30 or whatever. And I'm a high roller, I always keep it strapped on me, homie. And I'm literally up like 100. I'm doing baby bets as well because I don't have much money as well. And I'm literally up like $150 within like 10 minutes. I'm like, holy crap, dude, this is awesome. And it's my first time really being at a casino around people that are betting. So like, I know how to play blackjack. I just don't know what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do there. Like, I didn't think I could just say, hey, I'm not gonna put down a bet. I'm gonna hang out, let my friends play while I just cool down for a little bit, because I know it's not gonna last forever, right? Like, I wanted to be able to hang out. I didn't want to stand like behind the line or whatever, behind everybody. I want to still sit at the table. So I was like, I didn't want to be that guy that I'm sure everyone else was wondering as well. But I just kept on playing and ended up losing it within like another 20 minutes. But, it was like, and then I found out later, like, yeah, you could have just not bet and you would have been okay. It's like, crap, dang it. Gotta be kidding me.
The best is when you go to, like, if you're ever in a casino, the best is like go to the bar and just play like the digital games. You just get free drinks for like $1, as long as you're putting in like a couple dollars into that thing. $5. That's like the best
thing, dude. One other thing I specifically remember is I'd like, you get free drinks when you're betting, and you get more when you constantly tip the people that are coming around, to give you the drinks, and they slow down when you don't tip them, and they come around more frequently when you do tip them. And this lady gave my freaking Corona to this old Asian dude. I was like, what the heck? And I was like too scared to be like, yo, what are you? And the Asian dude took it like it was his drink. And I'm like, yo, that was not your drink, man. You weren't even here. You just got here. They're not just handed you freaking Corona.
He's just looking at you like, sucks for you, sucker.
Amateur.
Yeah.
Such a rookie.
He's like, you should have tipped better, loser.
Yeah. Oh, man, I still remember that.
Yeah,
man, but yeah, I think it's
good
ridiculous.
times.
The whole betting stuff, like you said with Pete Rose and the whole thing, how they're still holding it against him. He'll probably end up going into the Hall of Fame once he dies, which is stupid, but that's usually how it works.
I
You know,
don't think so.
something,
They're being super stern on him, dude. I mean, it's weird that they're even giving Barry Bonds like a second shot to try and get into the Hall of Fame.
so dumb. I mean, like with how much they're promoting this and pushing it to just everybody. And don't get me wrong, I'm really looking forward to when they do legalize gambling in California. And I only say that because of all of the deals that I have heard of from all of my Twitter buddies on uh obviously Twitter, but in Cleveland. They're all in Cleveland, and they just made Ohio legal, I think, like within a year or two of gambling. So when that happened, DraftKings, FanDuel, spend $5, we'll get you $500 worth of free bets. You can like double down on a crazy bet, or make them crazy. And some of my friends were like, "Yeah, dude, I spent like $10, and like I got like a Peloton, I got a new set of clubs, got a new set of Louis Vuittons for my wife." And I'm like, because like you could just have these outrageous bets that you probably wouldn't normally do, but for $5, but they hit for 150, $200, and you lose. It's not the end of the world, and they're banking on you getting addicted and continuing that. It ain't gonna happen for me. When I run out, just like you, when I run out, I'm done. I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna put 10 to $20, whatever it is, to get myself a great little round of credit and push it. I'll probably lose that 20. I'll probably be the only one to actually lose that $20 and not get anything out of it. But hey, it's the hope. It's the hope that they hope that you're getting, get addicted to.
Exactly. Well, I hate to cut this a bit short, but I'm sure you could hear the baby crying in the other room. I need to get over there and help out. So, guys, we're gonna cut it a bit short today. John and I have some. We got a special guest coming on. Hopefully next week or in a few weeks here.
Within a few weeks. Yeah,
Yeah,
we won't
we
talk about it too much yet until things are set up.
say nothing,
But
but
we are
also
stoked.
the long, much needed round of golf between Teeds and Dawn is finally coming up on Sunday. So
November
we'll be
12th.
out there. November 12th is going to be the day. So we're going to go out there and have some fun. And
breaking a 2.5-year drought, bro. I can't even say drought.
Literally.
I almost said dry spell. Drought. Got it. Drought. Can't even say it. It just hurts. Oh man, but yeah, it's been way too freaking long, man. And every time I play with Don Julio, I just seem to have a great round. And we're gonna get a few videos out there. We'll obviously talk a little bit more about it on Wednesday, but the plan as of right now. We can obviously change it. We run the show here at Four Dads Golf. A scramble, a 2-man scramble, see what we can do on the front nine, and maybe like a match play on the back nine. Or hopefully I'm giving some strokes, because otherwise Julio will like end it in like a 5-4, and no one wants to watch a 5-hole match.
You're not giving yourself enough credit, dude. Like, I don't throw darts every time. I like.
You think I throw darts every time? I might show you my darts. If I like, show you my bad shots. I'm not gonna highlight those ones.
You're not giving yourself enough credit. Teeds is a good player. I get it. My biggest trouble is just trying to keep it in the fairway off the tee box. That's about it.
No, we'll see. That, maybe that could play well for us on the scramble, but maybe not on the match play. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we'll see you guys next time, and we'll actually be posting another episode. We're going to meet up again on Wednesday, because we were going to do one obviously last week, but we got caught up with work, family, and things like that. So we'll have another one dropping this week as well. So be on alert for that. But in the meantime, don't forget to stay fly and go low, and we'll see you this week.